Once you've created your pattern design, then we're going to start adding in the different custom shapes. Right here, this little ink blob is my custom shape tool. I have several different custom shape options down here. One thing that I really like to use is this little ink blob. This is my custom shape where I can go right here and this box opens up and it says default. I can make that a little bit bigger so I can see my options. And I have a few really good ones here, but I think that we could probably do even better. So if I click on this down arrow, I can go from just a few shapes to all elements and shapes, and now I have many, many more choices in here, and you'll have lots of time to be able to look through and find all the different fun ones. So I'm going to just simply click on this starburst. When I do that, I'm going to just click off of there and that window will close itself. I'm going to click and drag and that starburst pops up over here. I can take my move tool and go back over here. I can take from the sides and I can flip it going the other way. I can make it go larger or smaller. I can also go to the corner here and I can turn it to go face all different sorts of directions. But I'm going to leave it big for now just so you can see what it does. So either I can double click or I can click on this check mark. So let's put in some effects. Down here in the lower part of your screen says effects. When I click on that one, right now I need to go over to your styles and it usually starts off just as bevels, which are great, but there's even more options for you. If you go to Wow Plastic, this one is kind of fun. If I double click, then my boring star shape now turns into a plastic looking shape. I can undo that if I don't like that one. I can also go to complex and maybe click on that one that looks like a little bit more fun. I can add bevels right on top of that. Double click. One thing I can also do is an outer glow. There's so many different ones to choose from. I am going to pick this fire one just because I know it stands out. So I'm going to go back to my shape and I can set it to wherever it is that I think it would look best. I'm going to set it right in here, and remember you can always adjust things to be able to move them to set them exactly where you want them. Once I have it where I want it, I can either double click or click on this check mark. So this item right here is considered a layer. I can duplicate that layer by going to the very top of my screen, going to Layer, Duplicate Layer, click OK, and I will move that over here. I've duplicated it. I'm going to duplicate it just a few more times. Layer, Duplicate Layer, OK. Pull that over here. One more time, Layer, Duplicate Layer, click on OK, and move that over here. I'm going to go ahead and choose another shape. I go back to my custom shape tool, and if I see right here that it still shows that it's going to do the same thing as what's here, I might actually change that. If I click over here and go to this little menu right here and click Remove Style, oops, and then it removed that one. I don't really want it to do that. So let's change to a different shape first. I will go to my radioactive looking shape here, and I'm going to click and drag, and it's doing the exact same thing. Now I'm going to go back over here, this menu, and I'm going to remove the style. I'm going to go to my move tool and make that a little bit bigger, and because it's mint green, it looks like my background there kind of blends in. I'm going to change that. I'll go back over here, and this time I'm going to go to Wow Neon, and this bright green might look kind of cool right there. I can always go to all these different things. You have so many different choices in here. You can turn it into a cactus. That's kind of fun too. And I can keep it just like that. I'm going to go to Layer, Duplicate Layer, click OK, and this time I'm going to bring this one down. But instead, I'm going to go to the top, and I'm actually going to flip it upside down because I think it would look kind of more interesting with my pattern that I've got working here. Once I have it set to where I want it in that space, I can double click. I might go back over here and adjust that too, because I think it'll fit a little bit better. Double click. One more shape, go back to my custom shape tool, and this time I'm going to go with this big X. And I'm going to just simply plop that one in right there. Give it a quick layer style. That's a layer again. I'm going to go to Layer, Duplicate Layer. Okay. Back over here to my Move tool. Click, drag, and I've created some kind of funky looking pattern.